Alongside platformers and Japanese RPGs, kart racers are my favorite kinds of games. Whether it's the king of racers Mario Kart or just one of its many knockoffs, I love these games. But what makes a truly great kart racer are the tracks, of course. Now, quick rules. The tracks in this list are included based on their creativity, their design, and their overall impact on me as a gamer. And also, I'm only gonna allow up to 3 tracks per franchise. So anyway, what's going on everyone? I'm Warbuff40 and this is my top 10 kart racing tracks. When it came to kart racers in the PlayStation N64 era, you pretty much had 3 big options. You had a choice of Mario Kart 64, Diddy Kong Racing, and Crash Team Racing. Now granted there were other kart racers, but for the most part those were the big 3. And between those 3, the one that stood out the most as far as gameplay goes has to be Diddy Kong Racing. Now why is that? Simple. Planes! Unfortunately though, what Diddy Kong Racing lacked was in its track design. There wasn't so much anything wrong with it, it just thematically, it wasn't super memorable. That doesn't mean this game didn't have its fair share of standout courses, such as my personal favorite, Hot Top Volcano. This was a course that was designed with planes in mind. Flying between stalagmites in an active volcano, collecting power-ups and going through shortcuts was just so awesome. But whose idea was it to go inside this active volcano? Was it Utah's? I think it was Utah's. Don't hello friend me. This track is awesome, but I think what makes it so memorable in the first place is that extremely weird theme music. I think the song is telling me to become a hula puma. What the fuck? Crash Team Racing. If you didn't own an N64 back in the day, this right here was your Mario Kart. And you know what? It had no problems at all at filling that gap. Now, I'm gonna be honest here, there really isn't that much to say about this game. It's just a very competent kart racer with great track designs, power-ups, and an interesting boost mechanic. One of the highlight tracks in this game has to be Sewer Speedway. And let me tell you, the name's accurate. This track is like something out of Sonic Unleashed. You can go through the entire track boosting, with frequent shortcuts, great places to drift, and you know what? All the mechanics come together perfectly in this track. The only thing I can really say about this place is that it's like there's an inherent rule that you always be boosting in this track. Like in the speedruns for this. Great, now I have to feel bad about myself. Now, I'm no extreme sports fan, but if there is anything I love, it's a good snowboarding game. With 2 of my favorites being SSX
It's very complicated
and Snowboard Kids.
They say I'm overrated. They say I'm overrated.
Yeah, Snowboard Kids. Anyone remember this little gem? As a kid, I adored this game, but I felt like no one ever really knew about it. I never heard anyone ever talk about it. And you know what? That's a shame, because this little gem rivals Mario Kart if you ask me. You just take a simple concept like Mario Kart and apply it to snowboards. Bam! Award-winning idea. You know, for a game called Snowboard Kids, you pretty much expect everything to be on snow, right? Well, you are wrong. One of the best tracks in the game is Grass Valley. No snow here.
That don't make no sense.
Nonsense aside, this track had countless variety. It starts you at the very top of a mountain, where you make your way down to the town below with multiple forks in the road, including a mine, a cliff, a forest, a meadow, and even a sunflower field. There is just so much variety in this track. And all while you are doing this, you are listening to one of the best tracks in the game. You would have to be heartless to not have a smile on your face now. This track is just pure bliss. But you know, looking at this, those kids do not care for proper physics. Or proper snowboarding gear for that matter. Is that girl wearing a bra? What do you get when you mix Mardi Gras, the Small World ride, and all the drugs, and mix them together? You get Sunshine Tour. I'd be hard pressed to find any other courses that have a real party vibe to them. With this course's colorful backdrop and just vibrant atmosphere, it's a true party. And just like any other party, someone's eventually gonna spike the punch. Or in this case, open an interdimensional portal to God knows where. You know, the usual stuff. What? You guys are racing? Oh, that's cool, bro. I'll just be over here tripping balls. Whoa. But seriously, I can't not put this on this list. I mean, come on, it has floating monkey heads. Why does it have floating monkey heads? I don't know. Video games? Okay, so like some poser comes up to me with track suggestions for this list, and he's like, you know, it was a pretty good track, Hot Air Skyway. And then I'm like, yeah, that was a pretty good track. That's all I got. Next. Despite all the different kinds of entertainment, we all still get bored once in a while, and when we get bored, we end up doing some of the dumbest shit. For example, I ended up watching Bait Car for 3 hours. Did I gain anything? No. Was it good? Hell no. I find the best solution for avoiding this dark, stupid path is to just go somewhere, like say a mall. Or you could be like Mario and hold a race at a mall. That's right, I'm talking about Mario Kart Wii's Coconut Mall. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's just something special about this place. The fun, outgoing atmosphere, the jumps, the multiple paths, even something about the 3 me's at the end who must forever realign their parking job. This place is awesome, but come on, holding a race at a mall? That's just begging for a horrible accident to happen. What if some innocent bystander were to wander onto the track?
Jason, no!
Snowboard Kids 2!
Aw, hell yeah, SBK 2! Now this sequel just took what made the first one so great and just added more to it. More characters, more tracks, and less snow? Yeah, strangely enough, less than half of the tracks in this game are actually on snow. And let me tell you, these kids could care less about what they're racing on. Underwater? Do not give a fuck. In space? Do not give a fuck. In someone else's house at the size of ants? Do not give a fuck. But seriously though, Wendy's house. Out of all the entries on this list, this easily has the most nostalgic value for me. While the track itself is pretty simple, there is no denying its charm. With giant chocolate chip boulders, killer grandfather clocks, mouse holes, so much variety and creativity in this track. I love it! Makes me a Happy Gilmore. Now you must be asking your computer screen, Warbot, what happened to the good old kids from down the block? Well, they did make another Snowboard Kids on the DS, but we don't talk about that one. Lousy, generic anime kids. Throughout the generations of mankind's existence, we have always found ourselves asking philosophical questions, some of which just do not have a true answer. Questions such as, why the hell has Wario Stadium not been remade yet? Come on, Nintendo, waiting for an answer. No, I don't need to speak for this track. It speaks for itself. It's Wario freaking Stadium. Come on, Nintendo, remake this track. Do it for the good old Wario man. This here is Casino Park from Sonic Heroes. This stage barely avoided my last top 10. What with those damn pinball tables that you cannot ever escape for the life of you.
Jane, stop this crazy thing! Jane! Help!
But in Sonic All-Stars Racing, this stage is king. Now, just to be clear, I'm talking specifically about Roulette Road. Let's break this course down by doing the math. F-Zero plus Mario Kart divided by Sonic equals take all my money, Sega. There isn't much else to say about this place. I mean, what you see is what you get. This track defies gravity. If it was a roller coaster ride, the only thing missing from it would be that one creepy park attendant.
And remember, Big Jeffrey always says, drop 'em.
If there is one thing I know is that nothing is ever perfect, but god damn it, Bowser's Castle on the old N64 is as close to perfect as it gets. Whether it be on the original N64 version or on the remade Wii version, this castle still remains timeless and one of the finest examples of level design in gaming history. Now this stage had everything you wanted in a kart racing track. The visual style was memorable, it had perfect challenge to it like those swamps that would try to psych you out. It even had a rumor of that green thwomp at the entrance. There were rumors that you could unlock that guy. But in the end, all it comes down to for Bowser's Castle is the perfect level design. I've played this track so many times, I just know it by heart. And that, my friends, is the mark of a great racing track. Hey, thanks for watching. If you didn't agree with this list and some of your favorite racing tracks didn't make it onto the list, feel free to post your own favorites in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe up there. You can also follow me on Twitter by clicking on the link below in the description. And finally, if you click that little annotation right there, you can see my last top 10. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later, guys. Have a good one.